The pick is in. The Saints are selecting whom, Mel?
Shedeur Sanders, and it makes perfect sense. With you got a new coach in Kellen Moore, you got a dome team. Keep in mind, it's where Drew Brees did all his damage, right? In that dome, coming off, remember that shoulder injury? That's why Miami went Dante Culpepper over Drew Brees. It helps. And certainly with Shedeur Sanders, Atlanta's a dome, and they got Carolina and Tampa. Hopefully nice weather there. Shedeur Sanders checks the boxes that are important. You talk about ability to hang tough in that pocket, incredible toughness. Ball placement, accuracy, precise passing, has all that. He has the calm, poised demeanor. He's great in the clutch, great in 2-minute situations. So when you need big plays, you need a drive, he can do it. Shedeur Sanders, yes, he's not 6'4". Yes, he doesn't run a 4.6 40. Yes, he can't throw the football through the side of a mountain. So some teams may not like that in a top 10 pick. I think the Saints at 9, it'll be more palatable because he's at 5 on my board. That's what you want. If you're picking 9, you want somebody inside of 9 when you're bored. You don't want to go 9 down to 16, as Matt suggested, and reach for anybody. Shedeur Sanders at this spot would still be a reach for some, not for me, and I think the Saints would be the ideal fit. New coach, handpick your quarterback.
Yeah, Kellen Moore with that offense, too. And Colorado, by the way, held their pro day last Friday. Yeah. Shedeur Sanders putting on a show in that showcase. Field was there, able to speak to both Shedeur as well as his dad, the head coach of Colorado, Deion Sanders. Let's take a listen.
All I need is opportunity. Simple. Whatever franchise want to change their franchise, and there's no doubt who to go with. I've done it over and over and over, so you'll be a fool not to pick me.
He's been bred for this. He's been trained for this. He's a Darren Sanders. That comes with ridicule and ignorance and adolescence comes with that. But we're built for this. If it's anybody built for this moment, built to go to a team that's really not good and take it to the next level, it's him.
Field, you were there. You saw with your own eyes. What was your takeaway from watching Shedeur, as well as the buzz you were hearing because all 32 teams were there?
Yes, and Mel said that Shedeur Sanders can't throw the football through the side of a mountain. I did watch him throw footballs alongside mountains, though, out there in Boulder, Colorado. Beautiful place in the country. If you have never had the chance to visit, I do encourage it after my 24 hours there. Kev, it was as expected, right? The accuracy was really good. The ball rarely touched the ground during the 63-throw session that Shedeur Sanders had, along with several of his teammates that he believes, and I think, have a chance to get drafted as well. The accuracy was really good. The arm strength was just fine, right? It was just sufficient. That's kind of been the book on Shedeur Sanders that Mel just mentioned. But let me just say this. Independent of some of the football skills, if you think that this is a quarterback who might go to a bad team, which, by the way, picking in the top 10, you're a bad football team, and he's going to be scared by the challenge that's ahead, you've got the wrong guy, because Shedeur Sanders radiates confidence. It was very clear in talking to him and seeing him in the way that he interacts. This pro day, for the first hour plus, sounded like, it was like a disco, like the music was blaring. And then all of a sudden, when the throwing session began, Kevin, all the music dropped, and you could hear, it was like eerily quiet. You could hear a pin drop inside that indoor facility. Shedeur Sanders was completely in command of the moment. Some of the intangibles there are impossible to teach, which I think is part of the reason why he does give you a chance to eventually win at the NFL level. Number 9, to me, not a bad reach, given that I have him 16th on my big board overall.
Yeah, Field, I wasn't at the pro day. I'm not a big pro day guy when it comes to quarterbacks because they're so structured and scheduled and rehearsed. But it is all about the interviews. I think that is a huge part for him because he is a very confident, poised young man. His toughness is incredible. I think he's the most accurate quarterback in this draft, which is what I go back to with the New Orleans Saints. You're hoping that you get Chris Olave back. You have some weapons on offense. They drafted Talise Fuaga last year from Oregon State. He'll be the left tackle of the future there. You have some pieces. And I think most importantly for Shedeur Sanders, you have a head coach in Kellen Moore who played quarterback in college, played quarterback in the NFL, and he's been around the NFL for a long time and knows how to bring along a young quarterback. That is so instrumental in how productive and successful these young passers can be. So I love the fit of Shedeur with Kellen Moore, someone who is going to understand how to develop him, how to tutor him, how to bring him along. You also have Derek Carr here. So for a year, Shedeur Sanders maybe doesn't have to play. Maybe we don't see him until Thanksgiving. If the Saints are out of the playoff picture, then maybe he gets on the field. But this is an offense, again, if Chris Olave is healthy, there's some weapons here. There's some pieces here. That's what Shedeur Sanders needs. He can be a great point guard. Give him guys he can distribute the ball to. Give him some time to play in the pocket, and he can carve folks up.
His personality, too, he's the type of guy that can galvanize a locker room. Men will follow him because he is not afraid of the moment. I do want to get one thing, though, out of the way. A lot of stuff on social media, watching the showcase, patting the football.
Yeah.
Mel, I want to get your thoughts on that. A lot of people talking about, hey, he keeps on patting the football before he makes the throw. Anything to that? Are some people just looking way too much into that conversation?
Yeah, I never saw any problem with him with Colorado. Watch the tape of Shedeur Sanders and watch the way he played when he got guys in his face. He got pressured. He got hit more than any quarterback in college football. And a lot of them were just blown blocks, lay blocks, where he had no shot. Yet he hung in there. And guess what? He had the highest completion percentage of anybody playing college football. He's not the first one we've had people say exactly that about when they throw the football. And another thing with Shedeur, I think goes unnoticed about this pro day, people don't even talk about, is what he was saying about, hey, the receivers were out there running. I had to try to make it easier for them. I'm just throwing the football. Hey, I don't need to throw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball all the time. I got to make it easier for my receivers. Shedeur is already about that next level, about taking care of the players on his team and those receivers and making it easier. So he gets it. He just has, as Theon said, that it factor. It goes beyond the physical and athletic skills. So to the point, Kev, we can nitpick. We can say all we want about Shedeur. We don't know how this is going to play out 3-4 years from now. Some will already make a decision in year 2 on quarterbacks, which is ridiculous, Matt Miller, but some will. But I think if you give Shedeur time, in 3 or 4 years, we'll see how it plays out. Josh Allen was called overrated still till last year. People were hating on him after year 2. So let's let it play out a little bit. Shedeur Sanders, I think, will be a heck of a quarterback in this league. And I said it about Tom Brady. You got to protect Shedeur.
Yeah.
And you got to protect all these quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes did nothing in 2 Super Bowls when he wasn't protected. So even the great one, Patrick Mahomes, is reduced to mediocrity without those guys up front.
Oh, my goodness. Our guy is so fired up, and we're still in the B block. Keep in mind, Shedeur Sanders' numbers against the blitz much improved last season. Bears are up here on the clock. Mel, how does this team help Caleb Williams with the 10th pick overall?
Yeah, get a weapon on offense. We say, well, you need a third wide receiver. You got DJ Moore, Romo Dunze, but you got a tight end who can do so many more things than just be a tight end in line. He can be slot, he can be wide, he can be in the backfield. He's got tremendously strong hands. Contested catches go his way. Run after the catch ability. Outstanding for Tyler Warren as well. Tyler Warren is a weapon. Brock Bowers last year saw what he meant to the Raiders, went pick 13. Not too high for Tyler Warren. He's kind of edged out Colston Loveland from Michigan as the top tight end in this draft. His rating is inside of the 10th pick. Yes, they could use a defensive tackle on edge or a running back, but they have 2 picks, 39 and 41 in round 2 to address those positions. Get the weapon, help out Caleb Williams. Go get Tyler Warren at pick number 10.
Yeah, I'm a big Tyler Warren fan, and they need a third option in this passing game. Imagine the 12 personnel with Cole Kmet and Tyler Warren, and you can move him around. They did it at Penn State. He can play in line. He can play flexed out in the slot. He can light up in the backfield. This guy threw a touchdown last year as well, so this is just an offensive weapon. For Ben Johnson, we saw the creativity when he was in Detroit. This is going to be your Sam Laporta, someone that can do the dirty work on underneath routes, but a very, very good athlete who can make people miss when he has the ball in his hand. So I love this pick, Mel.
This is my favorite fit of the draft. I love the pick. I love how you can see it come together. Also, cold weather from Penn State to Chicago. All right, take us through picks 11 and 12. Let's go with the 49ers and then the Cowboys.
Here's a player, Will Johnson, who didn't finish out the year healthy, but when he was at Michigan, remember, he only played in 6 games this past year. He's got the length, the athleticism, the anticipation in terms of coverage that you want. He was an interception waiting to happen at Michigan. 9 career interceptions, 3 career pick 6. Like I said, only played 6 games this past year.